if you didn't watch it, you sort of missed one of the best endings to a Royal Rumble ever. What can I say? There was a lot of things about this Royal Rumble that was very interesting. Who did this? Stop it. She has to do her memorable entrance. Down you go. Down. It was a great Royal Rumble. I have to admit, some things were a bit predictable, some things weren't. Some things were easy to know and easy to figure out, but it was actually a very memorable Royal Rumble. Obviously, to start off, in the kickoff show, we had the Tag Team Championship. As I said in my prediction, show, that Ric Flair will come in and mess up the thing for Charlotte, which he did. So obviously we have new WWE Women Tag Team Champions in Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. The match was pretty decent. It was very good. The ending was a bit here and there, but we all knew that was going to happen. So I'm pretty proud of how they pulled that off. Not really gonna give it. I'm not going to give it any ratings. I was just going to give it. It was okay. It wasn't the best that we could have seen, but it was a good performance by the women for that match. The next match was the women's championship for SmackDown. Sasha Banks versus Carmella. That match was actually very impressive for Carmella and Sasha Banks. Obviously, with Reginald being involved here and there, they were very inspirational. The women didn't really care. They put their body on the lines to win this title. They did everything that they could. Obviously, Reginald getting kicked out obviously put Carmella at a little disadvantage later on in the match. So Sasha Banks was able to get the submission onto her and being able to get Carmella to submit within a couple seconds. So as you know, we still have our women's champion, Sasha Banks, as SmackDown champion. Next was the women's Royal Rumble. I loved the women's Royal Rumble. It was amazing. Yes, they did waste a couple Rumble entrances on legends, like as in Victoria, Tori Wilson, Gillian Hall. I feel like they could use those picks more on the young athletes in NXT. You have a lot of athletes in NXT that could have been pushed or could have been just entered into the Rumble because they are good enough. It was a shame that they didn't do that, wasting it on people that we know are not going to win it, who haven't been in a ring in years, but you put them in one of the potentially more rewarding match there is. Actually, is the most rewarding match that you can pretty much relax because you know that you're going to WrestleMania regardless of who you pick or whoever a champion is. So I feel like they wasted a lot of picks. There was one thing that did happen during the match that sort of rubbed me the wrong way. Well, it didn't rub me the wrong way. I just didn't feel that it was very nice or very appropriate for the women itself. When R-Truth came down to the women's match as if he was entering, I feel that it was a sort of disrespect to all the work that the women have done to cement themselves and sort of make their own brand apart from the men's, because obviously the men's will always get a lot of credit and a lot of interest, but for them to have the men run into the match and actually get in, like, the women have to actually get rid of the men as well. It was kind of like, oh yeah, you can't do that, you can't do this, yada yada yada. We need to get men into it just to get a bit more interesting. I didn't enjoy that bit. I found it a bit sort of not nice. That's what I can really go with. It wasn't nice, and I feel like probably most of the women are feeling like disheartened as to why that happened. didn't make sense to me, and I felt like it was bad showing on TV of how much they have actually grown as women and how their performances have gotten a lot better since then. Fun fact though, Lana did come back as a return, and she actually did eliminate Nia Jax, which is probably the best reward that she could ever have coming back, being the woman that actually put her on the show for a couple of months. So that was pretty great to see. And obviously, how can I forget that? The winner of the Women's Royal Rumble, Bianca Belair, she beat Rhea Ripley to get the opportunity to face either Asuka or Sasha Banks at WrestleMania at the moment. Those are her two options. Elimination Chamber is a month away, so anything can change then, and we will see. It should be a good match with Bianca Belair. She is ready for the spotlight and being able to be a champion. She is actually ready for it, and we will see what happens. Oh my gosh, I actually did forget a match before the Women's Royal Rumble. The first ever match of the actual whole event. It was that bad that I didn't actually pay attention to it. I'm so sorry. Drew McIntyre versus Goldberg. Yeah, that basically says how much I felt about that match. The match was pointless. The match had no energy behind it. It didn't make sense. It was just like, why has this match happened? For what reason has this match happened? And why are we watching this right now? Because it gave me no joy. I didn't find it exciting. Someone probably found it exciting. I didn't find it exciting. I found it really dull, and just was disappointed with the whole, with it all, to be honest. Yes, Drew McIntyre did retain his title. So it was pretty much pointless. Like Goldberg, if Goldberg had won it, he was going to lose it anyway, very quickly. So yeah, didn't make much sense, and it is what it is. That's what WWE's decided to do. That's what we have to go with, and that's what we have to watch. So that's just that. Okay, next it was the Universal Championship, last man standing. Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns. It felt like it was back to an Attitude Era where no one cared about what was going on. They just wanted to beat the living hell out of each other. Roman Reigns beat Kevin Owens, but Kevin Owens did not give up. Kevin Owens did everything that he did possible to win. Roman Reigns was even going to chain up Kevin Owens so he couldn't stand up, but Kevin Owens beat him to that punch, got him chained up. But as usual, Roman Reigns knocking out the referee not counting, and then a replacement referee comes in, and there was a little flaw where Roman Reigns was still sitting down, but the referee had stopped counting when he got to 4. Yeah, it was a bit of a letdown because I was counting, and it did get to like 20 seconds before Roman Reigns was standing on his feet. So it was pretty worrying to see them do that. And if they were going to do that, then make it a bit more realistic. Have Paul Heyman come out and hit hit the referees so they stopped counting. But Kevin Owens was on his feet, and then as soon as Roman Reigns gets out the handcuffs by Paul Heyman, he puts Kevin Owens in the guillotine and puts him to sleep. The match was great. Everything was great about the match until the ending. WWE sort of dropped the ball with the ending, with the referee not counting, not hurrying. Like, it just was a letdown. That's how I was beyond excited for this match. It was probably one of the best matches of the night. Everything was there. Everything that you wanted to see was there, and then the ending sort of let it all down and just was really disappointing. Obviously, and then the men's Royal Rumble match, you had Edge and Randy Orton that started it. Sami Zayn came in. Obviously, everyone else came in. We had a couple bit of surprises here and there. Christian returned for this match. We had the Messiah, the Friday Night Messiah return at entry number 29. Braun Strowman came in. It was actually a really good men's Royal Rumble. Very exciting. Randy Orton got injured by the entry 15. Edge had injured. Sorry. I got to put the quotation marks in. Injured. At entry number 15, went to the back. You could tell something was going to happen at the end of the match. You never knew who it was. The final three, funny enough, was Braun Strowman, Christian. No, the final four was Braun Strowman, Christian, and Seth Rollins. Great ending to a match, I would say. Edge getting Roman Reigns. Edge getting Braun Strowman almost out of the ring with Christian coming to help, and then Seth Rollins came in and cleared both of them out. Braun Strowman and Christian both got eliminated, leaving it to be Edge versus Seth Rollins. Bear in mind, Randy Orton still hadn't returned yet, so we didn't know what was going on with Randy Orton. And you would sit there, you'll just be like, okay, so if Seth Rollins kicks out Edge, Seth Rollins wins, or if Edge kicks out Seth Rollins, Edge wins. And you're just like, oh my gosh, but what if Randy Orton comes back and he attacks? And crazy enough, that's what happened. Everyone's sitting there, you see Seth Rollins, he's going to eliminate Edge, and you're just like, Edge almost had the fantasy. Edge almost won it all. Seth Rollins goes to throw him out. Nope, reverse. Edge ended up twisting him over, throwing him over the ring, and that's where the celebration started to happen. And then it came out of nowhere. RKO, he came in with the RKO, and you're just like, oh my gosh, Randy Orton stole it once again. The people that entered 1 and 2 are the last two standing in this match, and you're just there and you're like, he's done it. Randy Orton has actually done it. So yes, your winner of the men's Royal Rumble was Edge. He eliminated Randy Orton. It was probably the best sensation I've ever felt, and I loved every single second of it, regardless of some matches that were a bit botched, some that didn't make sense. But at the end of the day, I was a fan once again. I enjoyed every single second of it, and I can't wait for the next pay-per-view. Monday Night Raw is going to be interesting with Bianca Belair and Edge both being on the show. We got a lot to look out for in the next couple months. Obviously, we got Elimination Chamber next month, and it is going to be very, very fun and very, very interesting on how things are going to play out. But yeah, overall, this Royal Rumble was very good. It's not the same without people there, but they did everything that they could to make it feel as if everyone is there, and it was a bit more cinematic with the entrances. You could see the details that they put into it, and you could see the work that they actually put into everything being done. But yeah, until next time, stay safe, follow, like, subscribe. If you want to get more content when I release it, do the alert buttons for any videos that I have released. And if you do like it and you want to jump into it, watch along and converse with me, jump into my Twitch. So if you jump into my Twitch as well, I'll be there talking with everyone, and it's just been an exciting day today with this whole Royal Rumble and Edge winning and Bianca Belair. So yes, if you follow me at Twitch at m_rich58, it will be a pleasure to talk to you all and bounce off ideas of things that are happening in wrestling. What could potentially happen for WrestleMania? Will there be a crowd at WrestleMania? So thank you all for joining in. This is M Rich. He is out for the night, and I will speak to you all again very, very soon. Hope you all stay safe. Good night now. I'm out.